Welcome back to another Explainer. Today we're diving into literally the most mind-bending statistical anomaly in all of sports history. We're looking at an era that completely warped our understanding of what is even athletically possible. I'm talking, of course, about the immense, absolutely unprecedented rivalry between Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo. The numbers these two produced, they didn't just break records, they completely broke the actual scale we use to measure footballing greatness, and they pushed each other to heights they honestly probably never would have reached alone.
Okay, let's kick things off by looking at the number 38. For the longest time, this was Hugo Sanchez's legendary record for the most La Liga goals in a single season. It stood as the absolute pinnacle of football scoring. I mean, hitting 38 goals in a top-flight league was basically a mythical achievement. It was the kind of season a player dreams of having just once in their entire career.
But you know what? That historical peak suddenly became just an average Tuesday once these two players arrived and began treating each other as the benchmark. Once Messi and Ronaldo hit their primes, they didn't just beat Sanchez's record, they routinely dismantled it. Suddenly they were both scoring 40, 45, even 50 league goals in a single campaign. They completely transformed what was once considered an impossible, once-in-a-lifetime achievement into a systematic, weekly expectation.
Which really makes us ask a fundamental question. When two players completely break the mathematical expectations of a sport, how do we even measure greatness anymore? When the previous ceiling literally becomes the new floor, it forces all of us to completely rethink everything we know about consistency, longevity, and elite performance.
Section 1. Redefining football greatness.
So prior to their arrival, you usually needed around 27 goals to win a league Golden Boot. And hey, that was a fantastic season. But they forced the rest of the world to accept 40 goals as the new baseline for elite. It got to the point where Luis Suarez literally had to score 40 goals just to dethrone them for a single season. It is completely absurd. The standard of greatness wasn't just nudged upward, it was launched straight into the stratosphere.
Section 2. Ronaldo, the relentless machine.
If you go back and look at the raw play-by-play commentary spanning 2 whole decades, you are just overwhelmed by this relentless, repetitive wave of scoring that completely defied age and physics. Year after year, it was just this constant chorus. Ronaldo goes for goal, terrific header from Cristiano, Ronaldo with a hat trick, and of course, the phrase that defined his late-game heroics, it just had to be him. He essentially turned scoring into a total industrial process, crossing that crazy 800-goal threshold with an endless arsenal of right-foot rockets, left-foot finishes, and those absolute gravity-defying leaps.
And the really crucial point here is that this incredible drive culminated in 140 UEFA Champions League goals, crowning him the undisputed king of European club football. He is the all-time leading goal scorer in a competition widely considered the absolute pinnacle of club football. I mean, he even scored a staggering 17 goals in a single European season. That is a record that still stands totally untouched today.
And this brilliantly highlights his big game mentality. Just look at the massive gap in Champions League knockout goals. Ronaldo sits at an unbelievable 67, Messi is at 49, and the incredible Robert Lewandowski is way back at 32. Actually, think about this. If you take away Ronaldo's round of 16 goals entirely and only count the quarterfinals, semifinals, and finals, he still has 42 goals. It's just the ultimate proof of a player who actually got better as the pressure got higher.
But you know, his dominance wasn't just limited to club football. He completely rewrote Portugal's sporting destiny by breaking the all-time men's international scoring record. Passing Ali Day's old mark of 109, Ronaldo pushed past 115 international goals. He guided Portugal to their first major trophies and really solidified this crazy legacy of patriotism and longevity by scoring across 5 different World Cup tournaments. No one else has done that.
Section 3. Messi, the 2012 alien.
While Ronaldo was a machine, in the year 2012, Messi achieved the genuinely impossible by scoring 91 goals in a single calendar year. Just let that sink in for a second. 91 official goals. It's a number that frankly looks like a typo. It represents, without a doubt, the greatest pure goal-scoring and dribbling peak we have ever seen in the history of the sport.
Breaking down these 91 goals across 69 matches gives him a ridiculous 1.31 goals per game average across every single possible top-tier competition. He was just scoring for fun everywhere. 59 in La Liga, 13 in the Champions League against Europe's absolute elite, plus the Copa del Rey, the Supercopa, and all his international duty with qualifiers and friendlies. Basically, he was finding the back of the net roughly every 66 minutes he was on the pitch for an entire year. Tracing this year reveals just an insane clustering of milestones. We're talking a 5-goal masterclass against Leverkusen in March, breaking the 68-goal European season record in May, and then finally surpassing Gerd Muller's 40-year-old 85-goal world record in December. It was just a relentless, unstoppable march right into the history books.
But, beyond just scoring, there is this staggering gap in total goal contributions and playmaking, proving Messi really just exists on a statistical island of his own. While modern legends like Aguero, Benzema, and Lewandowski cracked around 400 goal contributions in the 21st century, and sure, Ronaldo sits massively high up in the numbers too, Messi is sitting at over 1,177 goals and assists. He is literally the only player to manage 25-plus goals and 25-plus big chances created in a single season, and get this, he accomplished that feat 7 times.
Section 4, outscoring entire European clubs.
Now, let's see how this builds when we combine their prime years together. Between the 2010 and 2016 seasons, they combined for a mind-bending 458 league goals. You have Ronaldo netting 234 and Messi adding 224. Guys, this isn't just two great players playing at the same time. This is a complete, total monopoly on the offensive output of European football.
What you should really take away from this is that two single human beings were literally outperforming the combined attacking rosters of the biggest football institutions in the world. When you account for the games they actually played during the 6-year stretch, their combined goals per game ratio is higher than every single team in Europe's top 5 leagues. I mean, no way, right? Just two guys outscoring entire iconic football clubs. It honestly needs to be studied.
Section 5. The ultimate rivalry. Ultimately, their achievements cannot be viewed in isolation. They absolutely hoarded the sport's most prestigious individual award, turning a global competition into an exclusive two-man duel for a decade and a half. Between them, Messi holds 8 Ballon d'Ors and Ronaldo holds 5, while the rest of the world combined during their era managed just 2. Players who would have been unquestioned legends in literally any other era, think Xavi, Iniesta, or Neymar, were completely locked out of the top spot, simply because these two just refused to yield.
And this has created a fascinating phenomenon where the next generation of incredible wonder kid talent is being unfairly criticized just because they aren't matching these alien numbers. We are currently experiencing what you could call the Messi Ronaldo hangover. A young player comes onto the scene, puts up historically normal elite numbers, and fans immediately diminish it. Why? Because they aren't scoring 66 goal contributions a season for 18 years straight, which, by the way, is what it would actually take to catch them.
As the quote goes, the truth is that they needed to exist at the same time. It gave us the most insane rivalry in the history of sports. They propelled each other to these unthinkable heights, knowing that any tiny dip in form meant the other would instantly take the crown. If Ronaldo didn't exist, Messi might not have pushed quite so hard every single week. And if Messi wasn't there, Ronaldo wouldn't have had that constant target on his back to outwork and outscore. Their motivation stemmed from having to be better than one another, and it gave us the most compelling head-to-head dynamic sports has ever seen.
So, as we look to the future of football, we really have to ask ourselves, will future generations unfairly devalue new players because of the impossible standards left by these two? Will we ever be able to appreciate normal greatness again after witnessing the literal impossible? We just lived through an anomaly that will likely never be replicated. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and definitely keep that impossible standard in mind the next time you watch a game.